Good morning, Bob from Reno, W7MS.
You must have slept in this morning, up looking in the sky.
Well, no, I've been stumbling around. I'm still recovering from the Great Reno Swap meet.
Oh, that's right. It was yesterday. Well, did you bring home a load?
Brought home a few items in an irritating project receiver, but that'll keep me off the streets and out of trouble.
Yeah, but not very long.
I don't know. It was made in the United Kingdom, so you know about British products.
Yeah, W7MS. W6AQ, where the sun is shining, the snow's all melted, the grass is growing. I can't keep up with the mowing. Today's more weed eating. So that's what's happening over here. Now, we did not stay up and watch that thing, although we did look out the window at 2 o'clock and we didn't see anything, so let's pass this over.
I think you're right. I saw some pictures yesterday at the QCWA meeting, purportedly photographed from this part of Nevada, and a beautiful shot from Lake Tahoe with you know, the water and the mountains and the snow-capped peaks, and you know, that was great. So I made a point to look several times, and also about 3 a.m. this morning, and I didn't see anything. But great on the rhyming there, and the grass cutting, and for you or the puppies or the XYL, is it allergy season?
Well, I don't know about that. I've all kinds of things wrong with me, but I don't think it's a result of grass. I think it's just too many birthdays. Well, these chipmunks just have all kinds of fun. For a while we couldn't see, but after we got to mowing now, so we can keep track on them. And we have those electric collars. If you push a button here and it gives them a whistle, you push the next button and it growls around their neck, or you push the third button and boy, that's electricity there, so they don't get too far away.
That's good at dog ownership, and I won't allude to the governor of South Dakota, so I'm glad you don't go to extreme measures.
I don't know if you saw for a JRY up over the mountains that gets on occasionally. Sent to me on my telephone a little actually it lasted several minutes long. It was entitled The Difference Between Texas and California. And it was titled K0D.
That's yeah, read between the lines and the nuance. I think I know it. But that's good. Well, I'm glad Jerry's doing fine. He's been absent from Sunday mornings for a month or so. So obviously he's incommunicado on 3974, but not on the cell phone.
Yeah, that's what's happening. He goes to devote a lot of his time taking care of Sharon. I don't think he's going to be a Brad this year, but that's the current plans right now, is to load up these dogs and hitch onto that new big trailer we got and see if my little pickup will pull it all the way over there to Menden.
I think that's going to be an accommodation trailer, but I was maybe hoping it would be a flatbed full of radio gear.
Yes, you know, that's one thing about this ranch trailer. It's got lots of storage, and it's got a big drawer just after the tongue the bottom floor, and it goes almost all the way through, and you pull it out, and I will be able to put in there end-to-end 2 ART-13s. That's one compartment, and there's another compartment that will hold the TCS and a couple of those frequency meters, LMs. And then I think there's another compartment that will probably hold about 1,500 tubes. So I'm going to become well prepared for swamping.
Impressed, and you did an excellent job of baiting the hook, Bob, W7MS.
Yeah,
W6MQI.
You can't get away from that, just like taxes.
That's true. We also have the voice of Livermore, the one and only MQI. So take it away, Dave.
All right, Mike. Good morning. Soon Bob's in there. Every once in a while I hear you, Bob, but pretty weak today. But Mike, you're sounding good.
Bob's up and down, anywhere from 10 over to just above my noise floor, so I understand. But he's exceeding expectations based on the events in the last couple of days. Got a good signal from you, and I fired up the Viking kilowatt this morning in anticipation of the maybe the extra 3 dB that might be necessary. Back to you, Dave. W7MS.
All right, Mike, and good morning to Bob. I don't know if he's hearing me, but yeah, you mentioned you didn't really see anything. I went out last night about, 1:30 in the morning or whatever. Took a couple of time-lapse photos with the phone. And I think I see something. I don't know if it's my imagination, but I think I see some purple and green on the picture.
Congratulations on your fortitude, or you're seeing things. But what do you think, Bob, W7MS?
Well, I don't know. Good morning, MQI. Dave, you're blasted in up here. This is a one-way deal, I guess. And it's been that way frequently in the past. I don't know why. I'm leaning on pretty hard on this single 3500C. I'm looking at 200 watts. None of it's coming back that I can see. So anyhow, that's how it is. Well, you guys keep going. I'm still nursing my first cub. Chuck's riding as fast as he can. We'll sit back and listen and wait for the net. W7MS, W6AQU.
WA7YBS standing by.
Good morning, Henry.
So far, I've heard Bob. Bob's coming in good, considering. Mike is coming in fine, not exceedingly strong, but still very good copy, and Dave is good copy also. And I heard you talking about the Aurora. Yeah, it was no color. You could see it here, but no real color. You know, you could tell it was there, but if somebody said what color was it, I'd have to say gray. So that was our observations here. WA7YBS.
And NU success.
Well, a little cruise here. Yeah, I wasn't seeing anything here with the microphone. Like I mentioned, I took a time-lapse photo. I think I see something. Maybe I'm wanting to see something, but I think I see something on my
yeah, I think all of that, the photographs that you see, you know, are time-lapse. And, of course, you pick up the colors that way. And it's just like, you know, looking at, if you've ever looked through a telescope and you look at a galaxy like Andromeda galaxy or something like that, you look at photographs of it, like, it's fantastic. You know, you see, you know, just spiral arms, and then you look at it in real life, real time, with your eyes, with a telescope, and it's just a fuzzy old gray patch. So there you go. That's what I saw, fuzzy old gray patch.
I would confirm, Henry. I didn't want to go negative on the picture that I saw when it was taken up at Tahoe, but I knew it was time lapse on the cell phone. But you know what I mean? It was a proud father showing his daughter's picture, so I just went ooh and ah, and you know, hope springs eternal. Well, good morning, Ron, W7NS.
Yeah, okay, guys. Well, yeah, I never bothered to take a look. At least not from here, and of course I'm not driving, so I can't go anywhere that where I can get a background light free picture. Anyhow, but I've seen the real one several times up there in Alaska, so but yeah, I sure made a difference in radio propagation, at least for me yesterday. But all right, well, I'm going to go ahead and grab the second cup of coffee and use 6F.
K0DWC, good morning.
Well, I copy the Chuck. If at least someone's moving the S meter. I mean, everybody's Q5, but yeah, the signal's really taking a dump.
Yeah. I can hear everybody, but we'll just have to wait and see what it looks like in hand. But anyway, I've been listening, and I got everybody down that I have in order. I guess well, good morning again. This is Chuck from K0DWC. We're going to be operating 3974 kilocycles for radio net. And Data AM net. Operator visit here on the third requirement. Check it. We give it a number. Check it. Question. Anybody got anything to fail or got a wrong? Please mention the wrong table section. The order that I have got it, as I told people, is number 1, W682. Number 2 is Mike, W7ES. Number 3 is Dave, W6HCY. Number 4 is YDS. So, I looked out there, check in the first round from there. W6OPE. Well, good morning, Tom. This morning from the Bay Area. Sounding good. You had a great sugar last week here, too. So I got you a number 6 here, sir. And if anyone else will check in now, be number 7. Come now. Okay. So, I just give you the profile rundown here one more time. Number 1 spot, W682. Number 2, W7. Number 3, W6. Number 4, W8. Number 5, W6. And number 6, O2. We're running the standard, that's a 12-inch machine, AR-213, 230 watts. With the AR-7, it's cheap with an LS3 speaker. And 1,700 pounds with a V104. So, with that, we'll send it over to Bob, W6, to take it, K0DWC. Here's it, Bob.
Very good. Thanks, Chuck. Good morning to you. All stations are loud and clear this morning. There was a little bit of sideband chatter right at 7 o'clock here. I thought, uh-oh, but it went away. We have a clear channel here over in 8 miles from the Oregon border. Sun is shining. And what else can I say? What else can you ask for? So with that, over to number 2, which is Reno Mike, who was up there tonight and didn't see anything. Go ahead, Mike. W6 Able Twin Uncle.
Well, thank you, Bob. W6 NQU W7MS from the Sunday Morning Military Net. Good reception from all. Variable astometer readings, but as to be expected, and things are actually quite satisfactory based on maybe expectations. And finally, I'm seeing nothing. And Ron can't drive, but I debated the fact, was it worth the drive north of town? You could be as far north as even Furlong and still see the city glow of Reno. And when I actually, for that 60, 75 mile round trip, actually be worth the effort to actually see nothing. So we just left it at that. But that was another possibility, was to get out of the city lights. But back to radio, running the Edgar Johnson Viking Kilowatt, and being driven with the 32V3, V104 microphone, listening on the 75A1 receiver. So that's the setup here. So over to Dave, W6MQI, W7MS.
Hi, Mike, W7MS, W6MQI. Good morning, all. From overcast Livermore. Well, like I had mentioned earlier, I got up on about 1:30 this morning and took a time-lapse photo, and my mind wants to see something, but I didn't see anything on the camera. I think I see some green and red, but it might be wishful thinking. Ralph sees it on the camera, so maybe there is something there. But pretty much a non-event here with the Northern Lights. And but anyway, run down here. ART-13 with the D104, listening on the RT-90 receiver. And everybody's hanging in there. Top of the list is Tom, and boy, Bob is rough. We got maybe 2 words that time around, so interesting. He has no problem, but I can't hear him. That's different. Anyway, over to Henry, WA7YBS.
Okay, Dave. W6MQI WA7YBS. Yeah, very good. Yeah, copy is okay. You know, it's not fantastic, but everybody's Q5, so that's the main thing that, you know, what can you do? Geomagnetic storms like that mess up the radios. Propagation anyway, ionosphere. But anyway, I looked the night before, and I really didn't see anything. Last night, I was able to stay up till 11:30 or later, and that was after getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go to the swamp at Cabela's. So it was a long day yesterday, but yeah, it was gray. that was, you could tell that it was different looking. But, ever since NDOT installed 60 street lights along Highway 50, just a mile north of us, night sky pretty much sucks here. But still, you can see something. Maybe it was the glow from the street light, but I don't think so. Anyway, a lot of gray for us. I didn't see any color at all. Well, I'm running the big rig, the W6MIT Homebrew, and it's 4-250A, 2,000 volts on the plate, modulated by a pair of 572 volts, 1,500 volts on the plate. Audio speech amplifier is a Bogan PA amplifier, and the microphone is an Electro Voice 664 microphone. Antenna is an inverted V, and it's up not very high, maybe pushing at 28 feet at the apex, and but I've got a good skywave that way. And the receiver is the Raycal RA6117A, built in Silver Spring, Maryland. So not Silver Springs, Nevada. Silver Spring, Maryland. Anyway, that was a subsidiary of Raycal. It wasn't Raycal, but it was the American manufacturing arm of Raycal, which they built mainly stuff that was the same design but all American parts and all American tubes and that sort of thing. So with that, let me turn it over to Ron. You were missed there at the swap meet yesterday, Ron. NU6F, WA7YBS.
Okay, good guilt. Well, hold on here. What do we got going on power-wise? Oh, here, let's go ahead and load things up a little bit. And if we needed any power, it was probably today, huh? Yeah, that's... All right. Well, we're running 250 watts. T3 still kind of loafing here. But anyhow, all right, guys. Yeah, rough copy. I'm actually, my best copy is from Dave and Tom. You two guys, at least from me, were the most Q5 in the clear. Everybody else, even Mike, just kind of in and out. Well, I guess it's not a great time to try the MAB attempt number 2 on the amp, because conditions sure aren't going to warrant that. And yeah, we had other stuff going, so we missed the swap meet yesterday, and heck, I can't lift anything over 8 pounds for another couple of months. So boy, that really restricts radio collecting. And good deal. All right. Well, hopefully things can only get better. Yesterday I tried working the Battleship Iowa NEPM on 40, and they never did go to CW. I listened off and on during the day. They tried on sideband, but nobody was copying them. No responses. So that was pretty much a wash yesterday. All right, with that, take it away, Tom. Let's see if your signal is still way up there. WA6OPE, NU6F.
Okay, NU6F, WA6OPE, beautiful Richmond, where we have high fog. Lots of it. And needless to say, there was no attempted observation of northern lights here, because the fog came in about 6 o'clock yesterday evening. Nice thick layer. And so whatever. However, I have seen green northern lights here before. Long time ago, though, 25 years ago at least, maybe 30. But I do remember seeing them here once before. And comets and all kinds of stuff. And believe me, there is no night sky here in Richmond. It's like daylight, practically. The Port of Richmond has a ton of really bright lights, and they reflect it just, everywhere. So no such thing as darkness here, but that must be something that people who live in Nevada that have really dark skies. Then when they come along and put lights all over the roads, bad news. So let's see here. What was I going to comment on? Let's do signal reports. I'm hearing everybody pretty well except W6AQU. I can copy him, but they're 50%. A little bit of QSB, and he's just, well, here's the good news. My noise level has decreased by about at least 6 dB. And so he told us last week I wouldn't be able to hear him at all, because he would have been in the noise. But now he's not. And what happened, I'm not sure exactly why, but anyway, DGV replaced a pole at the end of the block a couple of days ago. And since they replaced that pole and they added a transformer on that pole, and the pole that they replaced did not have a transformer, anyway, my noise level decreased at least 6 dB, so that was good news. And by the way, I watched these guys, the PG&E crew, no contractors, all PG&E crew. I watched these guys replace this pole right next to they put a new pole in within 3 feet of the existing pole, and that existing pole had 12 kV on top, and then it had a cross arm with the secondary, and then another cross arm with more secondary going different directions. And it was a lot of stuff up on that pole, let me tell you. Anyway, I watched these guys. They started about 9 o'clock in the morning, and they were done by 2. And it was incredible to watch. And these guys really knew what the hell they were doing, and they worked so efficiently, I couldn't believe my eyes and ears for what I was seeing. And it looked beautiful when they were done. Just really nice workmanship. So I was surprised. And get this, one of the guys, there was two bucket trucks for the guys that were doing the work on the top of the pole. One of the people, a third guy on the pole, was wearing climbing spikes and alignment stuff and was going up and down the pole the old school way. And anyway, it was very interesting to watch, and I love the fact that my noise level went down. Don't know why, but anyway, it did, so that's good. Let's see, whatever, the best signal here is W6MQI by far. Plenty of modulation too, and I think that's the secret. You got to be doing 100% modulation. And I can see your modulation in the signal strength meter even up in. So it sounds great. Plenty of it. Plenty of audio, sounds good, no distortion, nothing. It's a great signal. Let's see, what else? Oh, yes, and I hope somebody will give talking to you, Mike, a detailed report on Cabela's Swampy. Always interesting to hear that. And we shall see. Ron, I guess it sounds like you're doing pretty well, and that's a good thing. And I don't know whether you're going to make it to Minden or not, because Minden's right around the corner, but I sure hope you do. And we'll talk more about that later, and I will keep it moving, and I will send it let's see, here it goes back to net control. Hope everybody's copying. K0DWC WA6OPE.
Oh, well, there's Andy. KD6CKH. Good morning, Andy. I hope you're feeling better. I've got you in the 7 spot, Andy, so go ahead and make a transmission and send it back up to you, K0DWC. So KD6TKX, go ahead and take it.
Thank you.
let's see if there's anybody else wants to tail. You want to get in on the tail end of the first round, be number 8. Be number 8, come now. Okay, there's Bill. N6BCT, Bill, I've got you in the number 8 spot. Go ahead and make a transmission and send it back up to me, K0DWC. You're kind of faint sounding, but I did pick you up. So N6BCT, go ahead.
Lose Chuck.
Hello, radio.
Bill's done there, Chuck. He turned it back to you.
Yeah, I heard him before the Happiness Boys camped in right next door to it. So, okay. Let's see. Thanks, Henry, for the relay there. Let's see if there's anybody else wants to be number 9. Vintage Military Radio Net, come now. Okay, nothing heard. So with that, we will send it back up to Bob, W6AQU, to take it. K0DWC. Go ahead, Bob.
Okay, Chuck. Well, conditions are deteriorating. Bill, we could copy you in and out. And good morning also to Andy. They're a little light also. Well, the strongest signal here, actually, is OPE. Go figure, one way, huh? That's amazing. And Chuck, you're up and down, so we do have a change. But I don't want to forget Mike. Actually, Mike is the strongest, the best audio of everybody. Anyhow, it's kind of strange about the way the conditions are this morning. Maybe there is a aftermath of whatever occurred during the night. And what can I say? We got sunshine, the grass is growing. Finished my cup of coffee. So I'm going to turn it to the next station, MS, who's going to tell us all the things that we missed at Cabello. W7MS from W6 Able Queen Uncle.
Well, thank you, Bob. W6AQU, W7MS. Well, good morning to one and all, and 100% reception from all, including Bill, who's actually Q5 in Reno. And sorry to hear that Chuck had some adjacent frequency activity, but nothing heard at this location, which may be a difference in receivers, a receive location, or propagation based on current events here. But life is good. Good morning to Andy. Great to hear you on the ART-13B. You're sounding robust. And Bill is sounding well also, so life is good. And before I address the swap meet report, and I'll defer any head count and vendor and buyer head counts, because I know Henry is always astute at that, and I pay that no attention because I'm too busy ignoring my selling space and buying stuff. So that's the story, but we'll get to that. But one update here as several of you may recall, about 6 months ago, I had a house fire up the street from my intersection here with an ammo cook-off, which was rather exciting. And over the period of months, with the porta-crapper and the remediation teams in the house, I thought it was being brought back to life, which, of course, in those situations, and insurance companies might be like 1 or 2 years in the future. But lo and behold, I heard some heavy equipment Wednesday, and some jackhammer action, and they tore the house down. The only thing that's left is the external detached garage shop, and a portion of one wall that's still holding up the power drop that has not yet to be disconnected from the pole. So that was so there's an empty space there from the big house fire. But from the swap, I think it was well attended, and that's based on Reno standards, not necessarily Lincoln, California, or the big operation, but quite an assortment. Our hometown hero from Sparks, Nevada, Hammond Hi-Fi, had just a whole array of goodies that he stores up over the year, from anywhere from make an offer to $20, and I picked up a few items from his pile. And he had recently returned midweek from Las Vegas on a buying trip. So he had some interesting stuff. I think Henry made some purchases, and I picked up the Raycal RA17C-12, and I do have VFO 1 and 2 off the chassis. Kind of like working on a British sports car. That's all I can say. But I restored one about 20 years ago, but never had to get into heart surgery and lung transplants. But I think that's where we're at currently on that project. So well attended, and we'll wait for the specifics and demographics from Henry. So over to Dave, W6MQI, W7MS.
W7MS, W6MQI. Alrighty, Mike. Well, that's a good thing. Hammond Hi-Fi is clear up there in Reno and not down here, because I'd be buying stuff. So good morning to Andy. Heard you and Jeff last night on 45 meters talking away. And good morning to Bill. And I'm not really copying Bill real well at all, so no copy on him. Well, I've put my National NC100A back on the bench. Finally got some enthusiasm to work it on it again, and I've made quite a bit of headway on it. Got a few things left. I took a lot of high-res pictures of the bottom side, and I've been making notations and labeling parts and everything, and rewiring things. And I bought some cloth-covered wire from Antique Radio Supply. Unfortunately, it was a little heavier gauge than I thought, so I'm going to go over their 22 gauge and see if that's any better for some hookup wire inside the receiver. It's going together. I think this receiver may have been through a fire. It has a black soot on it that resembles being in a fire. It doesn't really smell like it, but it sure looks like it. Pretty nasty. This is the worst condition radio I think I've ever worked on. The frequency plate. I've been looking at your website, Henry. It looks like they're white with black writing. This one is brushed aluminum with black writing, and there's some red writing on it also. But I can't really tell in your pictures which way it is. One of them I think is brushed aluminum, but I can't really tell. And but there's a soot on that dial face that I've been trying to get off. I got most of it off. It's just basic degreaser and stuff, but there's a brown soot on there. I just can't get it off there, and I'm afraid to use anything stronger for fear of taking some of the paint off. So I'm not sure how to go about cleaning it. Maybe you guys have some ideas. The round, let's see, what would you call it? The kilohertz dial, I guess, has that yellow tinge to it from smoking. That one I could probably get off, but that black sooty stuff, I've been having a hard time getting that one off. And what else? I finally got my 2-element 40-meter phased array working. Got the control box all hooked up, went through and adjusted the delay line and all the feed lines to the required lengths, and I was pleasantly surprised on what it works. I have a noise to the southwest of me. I can pretty much switching back and forth on that relay box and taking the delay line in and or delay line out. So I was pleasantly surprised. Of course, some signals it doesn't really do much, and other signals, boy, it really makes a difference depending on which way they come in, how far away they are, and such. 2 to 3 S-unit difference on some of them. So it's been a fun experiment. I got both antennas are 32 feet tall. They're spaced 90 degrees apart, 32 feet. And I have 2 84-degree feed lines with a 71-degree delay line in there. And there's only 4 radios on each antenna, and they're elevated about 3 feet off the ground. So that works good. I'm going to keep playing with it, and I might take it down and shorten it up and make a 20-meter and play with that. I wish I had more room here for an 80-meter one. That would be really fun to do. So someday maybe. But other than that, that's about all that's going on here. So we'll send up to Henry, WA7YBS, W6MQI.
Okay, Dave, W6MQI, WA7YBS. All right, very good. And good morning to Andy. Pretty good signal. And Q5, I'd say S6 or S7. Things are getting better. Signals are on the increase, so that's good. And Bill was about S2. So the copy on that was the carrier with the heterodyne, putting the BFO on. Yeah, that was pretty rough on Bill. Let's see, on the NC101AX on those dials, they are silver and with black and red lettering numbers and stuff. And it's I don't know what they did on that. It's a matte finished aluminum, and it's some chemical treatment that they did that probably like anodize or something like that, but not exactly. But anyway, they should be silver. When they went to World War II RAO production, then the dials became kind of a creamy white color. But pre-war NC100s, A's and 101A versions, those are silver. And then the logging dial is also kind of it's a little different type of silver, but it's basically silver. Now, some of those got sprayed with something, conformal coating, MFP, something, because some of them are yellowish looking, and especially the NC100 ASDs, which were the Signal Corps versions. Those almost definitely you'll find that the silver dials have a yellow tint to it because they were sprayed with MFP. But I'll tell you, that black stuff, sometimes I think that comes from being in a garage where they had a oil furnace or something like that, some sort of city deposit type of deal. But fire, possible, you never know. But I use Glass Plus, no ammonia, and if I can't get it off with Glass Plus, then I go to denatured alcohol. And I usually don't ever have to do anything more than that. If it doesn't come off with denatured alcohol, I think it's on there to stay. So that's on the wire size, the 22 gauge, I think, is, it's the insulation that they put on that top cover insulation. We'll have some rubber insulation portion at the top over that. And the wire itself isn't all that big. 22 gauge probably is about right. So that's fine. And so anyway, that's the rundown on the NC101, the A version. On the swap meet, 23 sellers, and other than Hammond Hi-Fi, other things I saw, there was a guy who had a pretty nice Halifax S20R. I mean, those things are, very, very common, but they're also, really all beat up, most of them. This one was pretty nice. So that was but one guy had a BMW 5100 and the Linden, and that thing looked mint. That was a pretty nice setup. There was another guy that was selling. He had some homebrew transmitters, and he had some Hewlett-Packard test equipment. I don't know if he had anything that was over $5, including the Hewlett-Packard 712B power supply for $5. And so he was really priced to move, and I hope he did. But some of the things I saw in the big trailer, actually one of those trucks, was Ethan had an NC183D. I only mention that because I got the serial number off of that NC183D, and that's the earliest NC183D I've ever seen. That one had to have been from late 1952 or early 1953. It was a real early one. There was an SX101, saw a diversity speaker, those Crosley made them, and Oneida made them, and stuff. They're two speakers side by side, 6 inches. The data plate was missing on it though. There was a GPR 90 rack mount, an R274D, the Hallicrafters SX73. The pre-receiver to that particular receiver. There was also another BMW 5100, and there was an R390A without a top cover, and there was a Hallicrafters S36, and a Pilot Super Wasp, National SW3, and of course the Raycal RH17C12. I purchased a Howard receiver, 1938-39 Howard 450A, and the dial on that looks like a barometer. I mean, it's got all kinds of these little skinny type needle pointing things, look like a barometer. So it's kind of unique looking 1939 12-tube receiver, so it was a pretty good one. And so that's the rundown. It was a lot of stuff, but if Hammond Hi-Fi was taken out of the equation, well, it would have been kind of a disappointment. But so that was my opinion of the swamp meet there at Cabela's. So that's what you missed, Ron. But I understand the circumstances, and you wouldn't want to be bending over and looking at any of that stuff anyway. So over to Ron, NU6FWA7YDF.
Okay, I don't know, here goes. I'm on the MAB, the it probably isn't the right time to try it, but hopefully you guys still copy. All right, well, good deal. I got the mic. That's kind of interesting on about you and Henry both talking about the ham and hi-fi stuff. Well, I hope you got rid of a bunch of stuff, Dave, and your city radios, and that's pretty cool about the 40-meter phased array. And yeah, let's see, what else? Oh, and OPE, wow, what a deal. You gained 6 dB and you lost the noise. Well, you lost 6 dB of noise, so wow, what a great deal. Yeah, if whoever shows up again, I'm sure you'll go ahead and give them a couple of 6-packs. Andy, okay, well, I hope you're copying. I don't know, that's, I switched over here so you can at least hear what the NAB sounds like. All right, with that, I will pass it over to Tom, WA6OPE, if you copy and use 6F.
Okay, 6F, WA6OPE. Well, rough copy, Ron. I did catch a few words here and there, most of it anyway. But touch and go. Last week, my noise level, I wouldn't have heard a thing. You would have been buried in the noise. But today, much better. Much better. Okay, let's see what else. Thank you, Henry, and thank you, Mike, for the report on Cabela's. That sounds like a pretty good one, actually. That sounds like, I would almost say, the equivalent of N700T8 clock. And the fact that Hammond Hi-Fi showed up on the scene was a big plus. And it sounds like interesting stuff showed up, for sure. GPR90. Much of a receiver, in my opinion, but very interesting at the time, in a way. I remember when they came out, big deal. And, heck. Let's see, what else? Dave, yeah, I was going to comment last week, too. That phased array was very interesting. Very interesting. I'd like to see some pictures of that. As far as phasing lines and stuff, I wonder, where did that come from? I wonder, very interesting anyway. All that phased arrays they can get pretty wild. Like broadcast stations, for instance, with multi-tower arrays, they have broadcast stations. They get really interesting. Of course, nowadays it's all done, the design of those things is all done by computer programs. But they tell them everything they want to know, whereas in the old days, the engineers had to do it by smarts. So slide rules. Yes. And all kinds of testing, too. They had all kinds of test points where they had to prove all this stuff. They had to actually prove the pattern. And, wow. So let's see. Oh, good morning to Andy. Good signal. Nice and loud. And, what else? N6BCP is in the noise. My new noise level. He's in that new noise level. So, could not copy. Sort of know he was there, but not too well. Kind of lost, we lost our neck control, too. He disappeared into the noise. And, not sure what happened there. I'll stick around one more time. So here comes Andy. KV6TKX, WA6OPE.
all spotless, no drivers. So that was kind of neat. Ron, good morning. The MAD for Q5 just came out, so really cool that you're having fun with those. And I'm an MAD fan. I've been for a long time, and I'm not sure why, but I guess we're all sort of fit the same way here, so maybe it doesn't matter. But anyway, Q5 on the MAD there. And Tom, fantastic to be noise for his round. What a break, and a replacing the pole. I have to say, honestly, I know it's not really popular anymore, but usually I've been out here, and really impressed me. Just two days of good work, and fun. So I was talking about it, Bill, do actually get this done. Goodbye to the corner here. And there you go. So yeah, I'll take the noise with the kind of a really nice to see this aircraft police station. I like it. It's quirky. It's number some of the remote tuning stand and everything, but I like it. So maybe you'll see that have that or the along. I had a problem with the AC-15 and I hate 11 and Monday didn't do so bad. Haven't had that happen before, but kind of like just like a flashover on the internal plates there. So kind of a nice looking oval flashover mark there. So finally got in and got that taken care of. So I think that's pretty good. And I was down in Salinas all last week, hanging out with my daughter and my grandson, and I do have radio there with a form of a Harris RS-3200. And he's mostly fed down in CW, but I went to Able Invasion, check into the mine man on Wednesday. And that was next show was down south. I got a little help on our relay, but that was good. But anyway, nice to be home. Lots of stuff to do here. And up a little bit, so that's fine too. I think I turned to Bill. Hopefully that's right. But that's what I'm going to try. Military radio. It's good.
Chuck, his carrier went off, so I guess he turned it to you.
Yeah, okay, Henry. I never heard him. Never heard a peep out of him. I don't know. I even switched receivers, and I still didn't hear a peep out of him. Jeez. Okay, well, let's see if there's anybody else who wants to check in, be number 9 in the tail end of the second round. I'd like to be number 9. Come now. Okay, nothing heard. All right, well. All right, let's go ahead and do the 7-3 round. And we'll go to the top to W6AQU Bob. Bob, go ahead and take it. 7-3 round.
W6AQU, well, things have made a dramatic turn to the worse. Not a surprise with an extra plus with just the initial propagation issues. So I'll say 7-3. Thanks, Chuck, for running the show, if you can hear me. And I have a few comments here, but I don't think it's appropriate since I may be talking to myself for majority of the folks here on frequency. So with that, over to Dave with the great signal, W6MQI, W7MS.
Mike, W7MS, W6MQI. Yeah, boy, the pan's really taking a dump here real fast, so I'll say my 73s. And Tom, yeah, I'll send you some pictures. People are interested in reading up on phased arrays. Probably about the best reference material would be ON4UN low band DXing book. Really good reference on understanding phased arrays, how to calculate them, and all the different parameters. And there's a lot of them. Believe me, I just barely scratched the surface. In fact, I think I maybe got lucky putting mine together. So, but yeah, it's fun. I'm learning something, I think. So, someday if I ever get some property, I would like to make a larger array. But anyway, 73 everybody, and we'll talk to you guys next week. You know, the conditions will be a little bit better. So, over to Henry, WA7, YDS, W6MQI.
Okay, Dave, W6MQI, WA7. YBS, all right. Well, yeah, rough copy, Andy, although it was about Q4. Bill was, I think I got one word out of Bill's transmission. He was very, very difficult. I could really only turn the BFO on and listen for the Metrodyne. So anyway, and Bob, I didn't really get too much of Bob's transmission either, so it's probably the same for my transmission being received. So I'll say 73. Everybody have a good week. I'll be net control next week, so hopefully conditions should be a little better. With that, over to Ron, NU6F, WA7, YBS. Go ahead.
Okay, good deal. Wow. Yeah, we got really poor conditions. But anyhow, good deal. Yeah, hopefully we'll do better, much better, next week. So 73s, guys, and I'll listen out. WA6OPE to take it, NU6F.
Okay, thank you. This is WA6OPE, 73 round. Thank you once again for the report from Cabela's. And Dave, yeah, I would be interested in seeing any pictures. I've always been interested in that kind of stuff. Never had the room to do anything like that, but it is interesting. My fantasy always has been to live someplace kind of up in the sticks. With a couple of acres or whatever, a nice level ground, and pick a weed growing, and maybe a little water at high tide, salt water at high tide, and put up a couple of towers, phased array, and play with that. And it's amazing what they can do with little especially with a 3-tower array or something reasonable. You can draw out things in any direction that you want to. So it's pretty neat stuff. Building phasers for that kind of stuff is actually the old days, you know, when you look at it, you say, wow, how in the hell did anybody ever decide that? But anyway, so 73 everybody, talk to you all next week maybe, and have a good one and have fun. Here's some Dandy, KD6TKX, WA6OPE.
Contact WHOCE at the military radio net here at 86 TKX. Got the signal a little down, but still hearing most people pretty good. So there you go. Thanks very much for getting in here. Chuck, thanks very much for weathering the net this morning. And hope everybody has a good rest of their Sunday. So 73 from Curry Mountain and over to Bill. M6ED. This is 86 TKX 73. Chuck.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, Bill was absolutely no copy that time either, so yeah, conditions are gone. Okay, guys, a little bit rough net this morning, so maybe conditions will be better next week. So with that, K0DWC. During the military radio, vintage military radio net for today, and I want to thank everybody for their participation, and invite everybody back next Sunday. Henry will be net control next Sunday, and we'll talk to you guys then. Congratulations to everybody that made purchases at the swap meet. That was great, and hopefully that stuff will be on the air real soon. So, sending for you guys. Have a good day and a good week ahead. This is K0DWC, Dayton, Nevada, signing off.